It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're a franchise head. You can't just sit back and say, hey, we're going to accept this mediocrity.
No matter what your record is.
No question.
No, the season is a marathon, not a sprint.
Let me write that one down.
Just keep trusting yourself.
The season is a marathon.
Not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
And then make sure you put Shaq-Stradamus.
Shaq-Stradamus.
Did you actually make that up?
Something that was already said many moons ago.
I've
never heard
and you're
that
acting
before.
like it's your original thought.
It is my original
I've never
thought.
heard that
It's not a
before.
marathon, it's a sprint. Yeah, get it.
Who said that before? I've never heard that.
Oh.
I got one for you, Ernie.
What's that?
E equals MC tripled.
Oh.
I've never heard that either.
No, nobody has ever said that either.
Think about it, though.
I've thought about it all I want.
I did the math. It doesn't work.
The Hornets coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony alongside, and our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. Take a look at the Hawks. Everyone on this team is pleased with the beginning of the season. They're playing so well right now, 5 consecutive wins.
And, you know, right now for Atlanta, and you think we underestimated these guys. I mean, no one was suspecting they were going to be a team to be reckoned with, and all of a sudden now, they're looking like contenders.
I think the reason is they're working together. The game plan maximizes what they can do, given the talent they have.
Smitty, early in a season, how many of these surprising losses can really be considered upsets, do you think?
You know, the great teams, they look at it's like a marathon. They're looking to just get better. But I think for the younger teams, they will love to gain some confidence in knocking off some of these playoff favorites or these teams that's been, I guess, picked by us, the media and the fans, as the favorites. But I think a lot of teams look at it as let's just build. It's more about building to the end of the season versus at the beginning of the season.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Batum outside at the 3 with Kaminsky at the 4. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Hernan Gomez. And it's Graham in at the guard position. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And Young kicks to Len. Batum against Prince. Shoots over Batum. Prince's shot is good.
Really impressive. Prince has put in the work to diversify his offense. More comfortable now from mid-range.
Graham with the ball, defended by Young. Pass to Lamb. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Guys, Jeremy Lamb, 2 years at UConn, drafted by the Thunder, but he's come into his own with the Hornets.
Yeah, and what some exec call the second draft, finding young players who, for whatever reason, haven't been able to make an impact with their first team. Sometimes that change of scenery and ability to mature can do wonders for a player.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Lamb. Well, the Hawks didn't have the best season a year ago, Smitty, but they did find some positives to build on.
Well, the Hawks, what they do have, they have good wing play. A lot of disruptive players who can force turnovers on the defensive end. There's been some great wings in Hawks history, and they have a few on this team right now.
Here's Bazemore. He doesn't hit that one, and it's the Hornets taking it the other way. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Now here's Lamb. He's covered by Bazemore. Fades and shoots.
Kent Bazemore, a defensive player of the year back in college. You know he can cause havoc.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now here is Young. He's coming off a 37-point game against Boston.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
Stolen by Collins. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling. And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
That free throw good from Young. And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
Graham kicks to Lamb to the left side wing. Now here's Kaminsky. D right on him. 6 on the shot clock. Lamb with the bounce pass. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Well, in terms of rebounding over the last 10 games, these are the rookies that have been head and shoulders above the rest. The 4th spot held by Trae Young.
He's brought that physicality. I mean, given a chance to contribute, he's shown that he can battle inside with the best of them.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. The Hawks trailing. Inside. Bazemore misses.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Graham with the ball. He's against Young. Graham with the bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Hornets leading by 3. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach James Borrego. David, what do you have to say?
Thanks, Kevin. He said, look, all they talked about before this game was defense. Going up against one of the best offensive teams in the league, he said, it's a challenge that we embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. No hero ball on offense either. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on them. It's never easy. Back to you.
Okay, David, nice work. Holding this offense in check will not be a simple job today.
Especially if they're allowed to get off to a quick start. If they get into a rhythm right away, it's almost impossible to get them out of it.
This team, they like to attack quickly before the defense gets set. So you have to be ready for that and be fast to get back on every possession.
Here's Graham. Following the basket by Trae Young. Right side, Batum. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Off target from three-point range. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Boston Celtics.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
Clock at 4. Prince's shot is good.
Smart play by Prince. Attacked the interior of this defense, forced them to close off the lane.
Charlotte's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Down low, stolen by Collins. Here's Young. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Now here's Lamb. He's covered by Bazemore. And here is Graham. 14 points from him the last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Young. 8 points for him. And he drops it in from the low post. Young's got 10 points.
And nice little floater right there. Give Young credit. He's developed the shots he needs to overcome his size limitations.
Now here's Lamb. 4-point game. Fades away. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 8. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Yeah, and last time they faced off, really an easy win. They put together a pretty complete game, but their edge on the glass, for me, still stands out.
Anytime you can seize control of the rebounding advantage, you are in great shape to win any game in this league.
Prince misses.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Graham with the ball, defended by Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They grab their own miss. Hernan Gomez. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Alex Len picks one up.
All the officials are all over that one.
Steve, with all the emphasis on ball movement, it is good to see some of the young players entering this league with a completely unselfish mindset about it.
You know, the pass-first point guards and obviously the pass-first players, it's kind of becoming a lost art. Like you said, if these young guys stand out, Lonzo Ball can make a difference by just passing the ball. Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell played a lot of point guard for the Utah Jazz when Ricky Rubio was out. So you see these young guys understanding the importance of moving it and moving it to guys that are open.
Both teams deciding to change it up. That one misses.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
To the paint, and then Carter with the jam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slants.
Now Lamb, 8 points for him. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Jeremy Lamb. 2 shots. Under 6.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Both teams deciding to change it up. And Land drops them both. Atlanta's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Anderson outside. The pass to Dedmon. High arcing shot, and it's good on the way in.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Hornets trail by 3. Monk kicks to Zeller. Here's Kid Gilchrist.
Oh, did you see that?
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay, presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. So it's Atlanta now, following the bucket by the Hornets, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And here's a chance to look at stats for Zeller. His last 10 games, he's around 6 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
The first one falls.
Yeah, Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Charlotte trailing. Lamb passes to Bridges. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. You know, watching Miles Bridges, he just brings so much energy to the team.
High motor guy, very aggressive, a bit of a tweener, which in a positionless world could be a good thing. Explosive, strong, athletic. I think his best basketball is ahead of him.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Bridges.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
And it's tied up with that one. Steve, there's plenty of discussion that the NBA has become less physical and more over-officiated. What's your opinion on letting guys play a little bit more?
You know, I think, Kevin, it's freedom of movement, and I think when you took out hand checking and obviously arm bar checking and down in the post, it's hard to guard some of these fantastic players with their skill set and obviously with their athleticism. A guy dribbling at you at 100 miles per hour, how do you get your balance without touching him? And I think that's where you start to see a lot of the fouls called. And a lot of fans are looking back in the day saying, oh, that wasn't a foul. But I think under the rules, the referees have to call these plays because there's no hand checking.
Passes it to Lamb. Bridges kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Over Anderson. And the Hornets miss again.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
Herter covered by Lamb. Anderson up top, still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Ooh, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
Bridges kicks to Lamb. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Anderson outside. Down low. Herter. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. And the Hawks lead by 2.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Pass to Lamb. He kicks it to Bridges. Lamb trying to free himself up. Bridges misses. Atlanta's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Carter. Six to shoot. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Biombo is checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and they were just shaky at times when it mattered most in that game, and it cost them.
You know what? They were awful offensively. Labored to score on any level.
Here's Carter. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Carter's got 8.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And a wide open look for Lamb. Good on the triple.
I'll tell you, he is scorching the Nets this quarter. Maybe that'll help wake up some of his teammates.
Herter, covered by Lamb. Here's Carter. He gets it in there. He's got 10.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. Monk kicks to Bridges. Now here's Lamb. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Off target from outside. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Atlanta shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for the Hawks, Vince Carter. 2 shots.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. Hornets trail by 7. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Intercepted. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Hard to maintain your discipline, but obviously this was the game plan coming in, and they're carrying it out.
1 shot, find the lanes.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Charlotte shooting 42% to begin this game. Now, here's Monk, defended by Carter. Monk with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. With 1 on the clock, and yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Right back after this break. You may not remember Vince Carter traded on draft night for his college teammate Antoine Jameson, but he talked about that crazy exchange.
So as I'm sitting back there, he's like, there's been a trade, Toronto Raptors and Golden State make a trade for Antoine Jameson and Vince Carter right there. So our families are sitting right next to each other. So they're fixing the hat, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, here's your hat. All right, give us that hat. Move forward. So it was just the weirdest thing.
The 5th and 6th picks in the draft, both of them went on to great careers.
And draft day trades happen all the time, but being traded for your college teammate, pick apart, that's pretty unique.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Sometimes gambling gets you in trouble, but in that first quarter, it was just the opposite.
And for Charlotte, inside Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Monk is out there with Jeremy Lamb, and it's Bridges in at the 3 spot. Clock is at 3. No good from Lamb. The Hawks leading by 10. Anderson wide open, drains it from beyond the arc. Anderson's got his first 3 points of the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Now, here's Monk. Not a lot of room. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Monk's got his first 2 points of the night.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Now here is Carter. He's got 11. Over Monk. That one wide left.
No one on him. He committed to fading away. Probably could have taken more time with that shot.
And Lamb kicks to Monk. Makes it off the glass. Monk's got it back down to within single digits for Charlotte.
And I think it's going to be crucial that Monk continues to work on his playmaking ability. When he's dribbling the ball like that, he is tough to stop.
No good from Lamb. Herter covered by Lamb. There's the dish to Carter. Kicks it to Dedmon. Herter. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Dedmon dishes to Anderson. Bank shot, no good.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
Got that one up quick.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Steve, you had an excellent playing career. Talk a little bit about the work you had to put in and just to get to the NBA.
Yeah, it comes down to that work ethic. Obviously, we all have talent, but you have to put in that work. And that work continues on the court, off the court, and it's basically 365 days a year where you have to find a way to get better.
Was it mainly shooting for you?
No, not mainly shooting for me, Kevin. I think it was always just my overall game.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor.
Kent Bazemore can sneak up on you with his length. Doesn't take much to get to his launch point.
Graham, the pass to Biyombo. And here is Monk. Launches it. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finally finding the range here in the second.
Now, here is Young. Graham defending. Young finds Bazemore. It's stolen by Monk. An even 3-on-3 break. And there's the pass to Batum. Graham with the ball. He's against Young. Atlanta leading by 6. From deep, Prince. And the call will be against Alex Len. That'll be his second foul of the game. Hernan Gomez is checked in for the Hornets. Hornets trail by 6. Here's Graham. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. On defense, Atlanta. And here's Batum. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And he really made an impact defensively. His 4 steals were huge.
Really left alone that time. And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Hawks. They lead by 4. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And this is why Young is so dangerous. He just gets that shot off so fast before the defense can react.
And here is Graham following the three-pointer by Trae Young. Hernan Gomez kicks to Monk. Poked loose. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Bazemore, and the slam dunk by Bazemore.
You see the long reach of Bazemore being disruptive, getting them out and running.
Here's Graham, defended by Young. Here's Monk. Hernan Gomez kicks to Monk. He feeds it to Kaminsky. For the 3. The shot by Monk is no good. Atlanta leading by 9. Now Bazemore. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Boston. And Young, here we go. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
John Collins, the explosive big man from Wake Forest, was taken 19th overall in the 2017 draft. Showed a lot of promise, and if there was a redo of that draft, you can bet he'd go a little higher than that.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kid Gilchrist is checked in. Now here's Batum. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bazemore.
And checking out the numbers for Young. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 3rd in scoring, 10th in free throw shooting, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy. And everyone else knows it as well. Just 4 to shoot. Batum for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Batum's got 5 now. And with Collins, his confidence and role grew with each game his rookie season.
Well, you can see what he's capable of over the course of that first season. Explosive with the ball and going to the rim. Very active player, and the sky is the limit with him.
Kid Gilchrist looking around. From 12 feet out. And the shot falls short this time.
Even in close to the hoop. That's a tough one to drain when the defense is that stifling.
Not just hanging out on the perimeter. Prince showing his versatility and can challenge you at the rim.
Now here's Batum. 5 points in the game. Passes it to Graham. Hernan Gomez in the corner. And Batum kicks to Kaminsky. Over Collins. They get it back. Graham. It's deflected.
Torian Prince saying, not on my watch. Spectacular D.
Here's Batum. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Young outside. Shoots over Graham. Young's shot is off. Hornets trail by 10. Outside, Batum. Young with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one from the top of the key, and he hits the jumper for 2. Bazemore's got his third basket of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Graham, the pass to Hernan Gomez. To the left wing. Left side, Batum. Over Collins. And it comes off the front of the rim. And the Hawks with possession. They're on an 11-3 run. And that one drops for him. That's 10 points for Prince.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Well, fans were worried that Kent Bazemore was going to plateau after his big contract. Put those fears to rest last season. Pretty good numbers all around for the Old Dominion grad.
A chance to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for Charlotte.
And their guards really have done what they could to keep it close. What little offense they've been able to generate has come from the backcourt. They just need a little more balance.
Here's Hernan Gomez. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Graham. Pass to Kaminsky. On the wing, Batum. Hands it from downtown. Batum's got 8 points. And with Bazemore, he's always been a hard worker, so you figured he'd have a bounce-back year.
You don't fight your way onto NBA rosters like Bazemore had to do without a good work ethic. His outside shooting improved a lot last season, also improved his playmaking.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Graham with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. Stolen by Len. And it's Young, that time on the assist by Bazemore. Bazemore's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Graham, defended by Young. Graham with the ball. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Here's Hernan Gomez. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. He's got 5.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on him.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
Now here's Len. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Collins. Anderson comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Carter in for Kent Bazemore. Charlotte also making some changes. Cody Zeller comes in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Bridges in for Kaminsky. Here's Graham. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first half. With the floater, Dedmon with the block.
The 7'4" wingspan of Dedmon, hard to get your shot over that.
Anderson kicks to Carter. The kick out to Anderson. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Pass to Dedmon. Just 5 on the clock. Anderson outside from the arc. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. The pass to Graham. Now Zeller. He dishes it to Batum. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that
could, that could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Anderson outside. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. And it's Carter missing. Hornets trail by 15. Over in the corner, Batum. Over Carter. That misses off the backboard. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Young in the corner. 24 seconds left here in the second. And that one drops.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Graham, defended by Young. Graham kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Fade away. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 22 points and 1 steal. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back to Atlanta as you get a look at the home of the Hawks. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 17-point lead, their biggest. Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. And it's Prince outside at the 3 with Collins down at the power forward. And it's Len in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Atlanta's shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. Young dishes to Prince. Back to Young. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Look at the unselfishness by Prince. Doesn't have what he wants, keeps the ball moving.
Here's Graham to the inside. Lamb, good. Lamb's got 17 now.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Hawks lead by 17.
Yeah, terrific effort there by Young, really all night. The defense has tried to make adjustments, but he's just stayed one step ahead of them.
Graham with the ball, defended by Young. Here's Hernan Gomez. He kicks it to Graham. 5 on the clock. Lets it fly. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Just how they drew it up coming out of the half. 3 straight from the field.
Young taking his time here and stolen by Graham. Dishes to Kaminsky. Shot clock at 5. On the wing, Lamb lets the 3 fly. Bazemore grabs the miss. Bazemore's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Prince has gotten better at creating his own shot, but the catch-and-shoot game is still his specialty.
Graham kicks to Lamb. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
The Hawks leading by 18. Prince outside. Passes it to Len. The shot. And again, it's Atlanta.
And coming out of halftime, Coach said they wanted to start fast. How's 4 for 4?
Hornets trail by 20. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
And the Hawks making a change here. And this group gives us a second look at the shooting guards leading their position in steals over the last 10 games. You take a look at Bazemore, such quick hands, second in the NBA.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
You'll never find any of those guys sitting back and letting their guard down for a single moment. That's for sure. They're out there looking for every opportunity to make an impact defensively.
They grab their own miss. Lamb finds Hernangomez. Tries again. And the rejection by Collins. Bazemore. No one around him. But he stays with it. Here's Prince. The Hornets pull it in. Hernangomez has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Lamb, it's deflected.
Bazemore, an excellent shot blocker for his size. His 7-foot wingspan catches you off guard.
Charlotte no good that time either.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
To the middle. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Prince. Prince has got his third assist on the night. For Charlotte, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And Kent Bazemore came into this league being known as a defender, and that's still his calling card.
Bazemore has incredibly long arms that he bothers shooters with. Comes up with a good amount of steals as well. Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
It's stolen by Lamb. Batum against Prince. Batum passes to Lamb. The floater. The rebound by Prince.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
It's Young on the wing. Graham defending. Collins. And it's blocked. Outside, Batum. The dish to Graham. Pass to Hernangomez. To the inside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen and went right to the hole. Great decision-making there.
The Hornets have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. Biombo is checked in for Charlotte. Monk comes in for Nicholas Batum.
Shooting 1.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. 22 is their biggest lead. Prince kicks to Young. Shot clock at 6. Herter. Here's Collins. And finish off by Collins.
and putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
Charlotte calls timeout. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Charlotte. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Atlanta, third best record here in the early going. And, of course, Charlotte, 7.5 games behind.
And, you know, right now for Atlanta, yeah, here's a team that some people doubted coming into the season. Obviously heard all the chatter, banded together, and now they've strung together some great wins.
It's fun to watch. The guys are enthusiastic. The coach, the fans, they all just want to keep rolling.
And you got to love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high-arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Hornets trail by 17. Kicks to Lamb, and Prince comes to help, and there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's his first foul. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Prince. The Hornets also with a sub. Zeller's checked in. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Here's Monk. Shot clock reset for Charlotte. Biombo, no luck. Atlanta leading by 17. Anderson outside. Young in the corner. Offensive rebound, Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Now here's Lamb. He's got 23. Now here's Monk. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. 5 to shoot. Over Anderson. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. The Hawks have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Anderson against Kid Gilchrist. From the line, it's rebounded by Charlotte. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. And Lamb kicks to Biombo. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. Pass to Zeller. Over Collins. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Went to the fadeaway, didn't need to though. Probably cost him some points.
Now the pass to Young. Pass to Dedmon. Young outside. Over Lamb. Young's shot is off. Hornets trail by 19. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. The teardrop falls in. Kid Gilchrist has got his second bucket.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Young outside. Herter covered by Lamb. It's Anderson with the drive. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat. Then on Wednesday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets.
And for that game against the Warriors, this is what the fans have been wanting to see. Two of the best teams in the league duking it out, and you know whoever gets the win is going to be viewed as the team to beat.
And he makes the first. For the Hawks, Lenz checked in for Collins. And it's Carter in for Young. Both free throws good from Anderson. And so here's Charlotte. 19-point game. Now here's Lamb. Tight defense on him. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Herter. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
That's how they've gotten to this point in the game. Lots of activity, fantastic focus.
Bridges, he's checked in for the Hornets.
One shot.
That free throw good from Len. And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Monk, no one around him. No good on the triple.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
Herter, he's covered by Kid Gilchrist. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Shoots a fader. That one wide left. Atlanta leading by 22. Here's Anderson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Cody Zeller. For Atlanta, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Justin Anderson. 2 shots.
Two shots.
First free throw is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Second free throw, no good. It would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
And the chances of that happening don't look good.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Bridges against Anderson. Just 5 on the clock. Fires it up. And that one goes long.
I'll tell you what, his shot's off, but the rest of the team is on. That's why they're still winning.
And Lamb kicks to Monk. 1:10 left to play here in the third. Yep, that one goes. Zeller's got his first 2 points.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, they went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Carter, the pass to Dedmon. Now here is Carter. He's guarded closely. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Monk kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Bridges. Sinks that one from the post. Bridges has got 6 points.
An under-control player in close. Even when Bridges is under pressure, he just stays committed to his move.
Now here is Carter. 11 points in the game. It's stolen by Lamb. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Lamb leading the charge. And slam dunk by Lamb.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he gets the ball, it's just off to the races.
And you have to like the punctuation at the end of it. Great individual play.
Herter, covered by Lamb. Pass to Len. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. He can't get it to go. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hawks ahead, leading by 17. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Hornets trail by 17, setting the floor for the Hornets. We've got Bridges. Cody Zeller out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the 1 spot. And he comes up with the deuce. Graham's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Charlotte.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Pass to Bazemore. Shoots. Here's Dedmon. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Nice board. The volleyball background of Dedmon helping him to develop as a rebounder. Dedmon, a solid all-around center, gives you solid production on both ends of the floor. Not a big name by any means, but coaches love to have him as an option on their roster.
And the Hawks making a change here. Prince is checked in, and a switch here also for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in.
One shot.
A free throw drops for Dedmon. And Dedmon, a player who has started to extend his range, Smitty, in recent seasons.
He is capable of hitting those threes on you. Not a surprise to see that from Dedmon, a player who has had to fight his way into the league, continues to improve every season.
Here's Hernan Gomez. He kicks it to Bridges. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
There's the pass to Dedmon. And here is Prince. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Don't sleep on Taurean Prince. He will challenge you off the bounce now. Does a good job of navigating his way through the defense.
Graham with the ball, and it's Carter picking him up. Here's Hernan Gomez. Right side, Kidd-Gilchrist. Just 5 to shoot. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Not sure who designed that play, but he makes it count.
And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Hawks. Prince outside. This one for 3. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Kidd-Gilchrist, the pass to Graham. And Batum kicks to Hernan Gomez. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kaminsky's checked in.
One shot. One shot.
And that one misses.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Basket good. And the Hawks lead by 16.
That's good interior D, but Kent Bazemore with great length, able to make the contested shot.
Kaminsky kicks to Batum. Here's Hernan Gomez. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Takes a shot at the elbow. That shot no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Passes to Prince. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Pass to Len. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Hands it from downtown.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's Graham, defended by Carter. Graham kicks to Kaminsky. Charlotte no good that time either.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Here's Graham after the basket by Atlanta. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And the pass to Graham. They get it again. Hernan Gomez passes to Graham. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Drills the three-pointer.
This is where we're going in the NBA right now. Stretch bigs.
The Hawks leading by 18. Here's Bazemore. Jacks up a three. Another three for Atlanta.
The smooth lefty stroke of Kent Bazemore. He can hurt you from out there.
For Charlotte, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Graham. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. There's only the Basketball Hall of Fame that is shared among all basketball organizations, Steve. Do you think there should be an NBA Hall of Fame?
You know, Kevin, I do. I mean, I love the way we've done it, and obviously it's been successful. But, you know, the Basketball Hall of Fame is your entire body of work. And I think sometimes we don't understand that that's from high school, college level into the NBA, whereas, you know, there's some guys are making it because of that, and there's some guys getting slighted because of that. So I do think one day we should just have the NBA Hall of Fame, just like the NFL.
Atlanta making some changes. Collins comes in for Alex Len. Young is subbed in for Carter. He hits both from the stripe. Atlanta leading by 19. Young outside. Bazemore on the wing. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Collins with it. Kaminsky's there. Just 5 on the clock. Young outside.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Oh, no question. He just punishes the opposition in that category, and there's no end in sight.
And it's the Hornets with the ball after the miss from Trae Young. Prince against Kid Gilchrist. Hornets trail by 19. He kicks to Batum. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Nick Batum, a versatile swingman out of France, a solid shooter and able to create for himself and his teammates.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him. And for Batum, a steady vet, but a huge contract.
Yeah, and that infamous summer of 2016 with the cap spike. I mean, he's a capable starter, but 5 years, $120 million, boy, that's a pretty penny.
Lamb, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Now here's Lamb, guarded by Prince. From the line, the offensive rebound, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Young dishes to Prince. And Bazemore kicks to Young.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Lamb passes to Graham. Pass to Lamb. Three-pointer. Rebound, Atlanta. Dedmon's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Bazemore banked in off the glass. Bazemore's got 9 points now in the quarter. Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like any fun.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
I just hate seeing this, but no need to jump the gun. Let's see what it turns out to be.
Monks checked in for Jeremy Lamb. Here's Graham, defended by Young. Graham kicks to Kaminsky. Over Collins. And the basket by Kaminsky. And Atlanta has possession. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Young dishes to Prince. Here's Bazemore, and the slam dunk by Bazemore.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
And the Hawks making a change here. Len's checked in.
One shot.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore. Well, Steve, we've just come out of the first year where we saw legislation from the NBA about resting players. How do you feel about the new rules so far?
You know, I like them. I love that when you start to see these teams that were resting players on national televised games, but I think overall just resting players. I think our contract says that we play 82 games unless you're injured. And if a guy is injured, you understand. But I love the new rules that was implemented.
I agree. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
And the first one drops.
Just a bright, young, offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of trips to the line.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Graham. Pass to Monk. Whistle blows, basket is good, so a chance here for a three-point play.
I tell you what, Monk's ability there to finish in traffic shows some toughness, even though he was fouled.
Well, we know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the ratings?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players grew up in this generation with video games. So, yes, they take it personally. They understand, and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard it. Kid just plays with an edge.
Now, here is Young. Back to Prince. Lets it go from deep. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
And that's his 2nd triple of the game. Hadn't hit any in the first half. Maybe they made an adjustment at the break.
Graham kicks to Monk. The fadeaway. Rebounded by the Hawks. Land's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The Hawks leading by 20. And the pass to Young. Shoots over Graham. And it's blocked. And they get it back. Here's Collins. Drops one in from the wing.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Graham, the pass to Batum. Now Monk. Takes a 3. The rebound by Prince. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. NBA awards are voted on by broadcasters and writers around the NBA. Do you think that's the best way, Steve, to pick an MVP?
Well, I really think in some kind of way you got to have players more involved, being able to come out and be able to pick the MVP because these are the players that are going up against these guys. I also would love to see where we have more of the defensive player of the year during the offseason, the rookie of the year in the offseason, obviously giving out more of those awards for the playoffs as well.
And you got to, of course, beware of it becoming a popularity contest, too.
Yes, totally.
Now, here's Bazemore after the miss from Malik Monk. And Bazemore kicks to Collins. Now here's Len. He's covered closely. Clock at 4. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That's just 2 tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose.
Stolen by Collins.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Hawks.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Trae Young.
You know, coming into tonight, hard to say if his intention was to take over the way he did, but as the game evolved, it became clear that he was the alpha dog on the offensive end.
Here's Bazemore following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Now here's Bazemore. He's tightly guarded. Good again. He's on tonight, 9 for 13 shooting.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
You know, you feel on top of the world when it happens as a player, just the relationship you have with the fans.
Graham with the ball, defended by Young. Graham dishes to Kaminsky. Good on the three-point shot.
And you got to like that they are competing
all the way through. Try and maybe build some momentum going into the next one.
Because the execution was not there tonight. That's something they can use this time to work on.
And here's Young. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.